but I also don't want to touch this right now, so I'm not going to. Yes, I go by Floyd, like the band, Percy Floyd's Reggae Explosion. And one thing I've heard a lot in my life is, Floyd, you are too young and too beautiful to be so negative and cynical all the time. Well, I hear some of those words. And I decided for 2018, I would try something new. I decided I would try to be kinder and more positive just to show those assholes. And it's actually worked out okay for me. You know, the other day I was at the grocery store and I was behind an older gentleman who had too many items in the express lane. Yeah, and normally I would have said something, right? But this time I took a deep breath and I quietly removed his extra item. And it was a whole deal when I got to the cash. I mean, the cashier abandons her till and she runs off into the parking lot all, sir, your heart medication. But I just rolled with it. You know, I packed my own bags, and as I was walking home with my free groceries, this random guy says to me, "Hey baby, what's a man gotta do to get a smile?" And I took a deep breath, because normally my response would be to go vigorously fornicate himself, but when I thought about it, that's neither kind nor is it true, because there's very few men who could get me to smile that way. So I really did. I actually thought about it, and I gave him some options. You could give me $1 million in untraceable bearer bonds. That would work. You could dedicate your life to dismantling the patriarchy. Or even you could have just stood there and listened to the answer to your question instead of backing away slowly and avoiding eye contact. Yeah, so, you know, it was hard, but again, I try to remind myself, you know, I'm a nice person, I'm a good person, I'm a kind person. I am the type of person who will watch your kids when you have to take your dad to the hospital because he can't count to 15 items or fewer. And I'm not negative all the time. There's actually a lot of things that I really love. One thing I really love is political correctness. It combines two of my all-time favorite things, politics and always being right about everything. And I think it gets a bad rap. I don't think people treat political correctness the way they treat other forms of correctness. Like, imagine you go to the store, so you want to return something, you're like, oh hey, I bought this couch, but I want to return it. Oh, what's the reason for your return? Yeah, turns out it's filled with giant spikes. Okay, just give me a minute here. Yeah, I got a return here from one of those ergonomically correct types. Yeah, you can have your $500 back. Oh, but it was actually $800? Oh God, and she's all mathematically correct too. And like, why is that? Why are people so resistant to political correctness? Is it just laziness? Like, people don't want to learn new things, like, oh, what's next, 23 genders? Oh no, 23 genders, who could possibly remember 23 things? That's why the alphabet song goes like this. Q, R, S, T, U, B, I mean, it seems like laziness doesn't capture it all the way though, because people will brag about being wrong. People brag about being politically incorrect. Like, it's so hard to do. It's so easy to be wrong, guys. I'll do it right now, ready? Hey Floyd, who's the Prime Minister of Norway? Your mom? Right? And unless Ingrid or Eric Fine Solberg are here tonight, that is incorrect. That is incorrect, okay? It's probably not true. I'm assuming they didn't answer any of my emails, so I have no real way of knowing, but yeah. But the one that gets me the most though, and you probably hear this more these days, people will say, oh, I'm not opposed to political correctness per se, it's just that it's gone too far. You know, political correctness has gone too far. You've got certain men now, they go to work, they're afraid. They don't know at any moment that attractive coworker of theirs could say something that completely ruins their erection. Just like that. Right? And I get it, and I want to say, just kindly and honestly to the people who feel like that, take a deep breath and go find a quiet space where you can go vigorously advance your own career. Thank you very much, everyone.